Hi, this is Johnny. Today we're going to test the Raspberry Pi. Right here, I have it right here, set over here. Raspberry Pi 3B, no, Raspberry Pi 4B, or 8 gigabyte. We're going to see if it works with Legends Arcade. So we have the HDMI plug-in. We got the power plug-in to the bottom. I'm not using the controller. I want to see the wireless controller work first. And so what we're gonna do is, let's get out the screensaver. I have it go into the setting, and because I look at a lot of video and everybody talk about Raspberry Pi, but they never test the trackball and the spinner. So it got me wondering, does the trackball and spinner, does it work? So today we're gonna find out together and see if a trackball spinner work. Now this one, when you press A, that's for disconnecting. Right now I don't have Bluetooth set up yet. Control mode, wireless control mode. So we have to press that white button to activate it. But we're gonna go ahead and turn the Raspberry Pi on first. And we're gonna switch the screen to a different screen. So we're gonna turn the screen to a black screen because we are using the Raspberry Pi. Alright, so Raspberry Pi is power on, and the screen is now showing something, and we're gonna find out if a Raspberry Pi show up. Now I didn't plug any controller to it. Normally if a Raspberry Pi you don't plug any controller to it, it should ask you to set up the controller. Now the video, the sound is working, so that's great, because this one, the whole logic of this is we are following the monitor and we're going to configure the controller using their software, Bluetooth, and see if we could use this without changing the wire, without rewire anything with the controller, with the spinner. Would that work? And that is the question. Alright, so a lot of people will plug in a controller. If you don't plug in anything, it will automatically ask you to do the controller setup. So let's go ahead and before we could do that, we're going to switch it back to pairing. And we won't be able to pair until we do set up the controller. So we're going to press the home button right there. Oops, now the screen is totally dark. We're going to go ahead and press the home button. And we're going to press it till we see the blinking light based on that same picture that show up there. That it should be indicate the picture is pairing or not. So we're going to press the button again. You say home key wireless pairing. So we have to press and hold P2 and star. P2 and star. To turn on the wireless control deck mode. The LED indicator for wireless on the control top will start blinking. I don't see any blinking, do you? Let's see if we can move the screen a little bit lower. Okay. So you're supposed to press 1 and 3. 1 is press and hold player 2 to start to turn on the wireless control deck, and the LED indicator for the wireless control top start to blink. Number 3, okay, this is number 1, we press it, and number 2, we see the light. Number 3, press and hold the home to start searching for other wireless device. Okay, so the wireless, okay, you've been disconnected, that's fine. Okay, so we press P2 first, and we're supposed to see some kind of blinking light. Oh, yeah, right there. We didn't bring the camera forward. Okay, it's blinking. And then when we press home button, that's when it will press the home button to start searching. Okay, so as you can see, the light is blinking and we're going to go back, and we're going to switch it back using this button right here to switch it back the screen to Raspberry Pi. Okay, and right now, since I don't have a controller hookup, the Bluetooth is not connected, so we will have to hook up a controller, get it connected, then go back and do this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the cable directly to it, see if we could get the button going without bringing another controller, and then after we get the Bluetooth configured, I'm going to plug it into, there's two USB, I'm going to plug it to the one in the blue first. I have two, it's a USB-A connection, so I'm going to plug one in here and then one into the Pi right here, and then plug it to the top. Okay, so now it's plugged in. Let's see, because so we got this cable is plugged into here. Now we're gonna press A. So apparently the Raspberry Pi is not recognizing the first controller. I don't know, is it because it's using Bluetooth? Alright, so we cannot do that. We have to use the other controller to see if we can make this work. Okay, this one have the 5.61. I did not upgrade to a 5.65. 5.65 at this time, I believe is the latest version, but I'm just using this is the firmware 5.61. Okay, that's the one that fixed my login problem when I upgrade to the firmware 5.65. Last time you seen it, and I couldn't log in, and I did a video about it, and then so I downgraded and it worked. So now I will stick with this version and not upgrade anymore. So now I got the control plug in, so I'm going to press A button, and let's see, go back to the screen now since we are now configuring it. So I'm going to press A button again to recognize the Microsoft Xbox. So this one have a lot of controls, so I'm going to use the up, down, left, right, and then star would be using star will be using this button, star, and then select we use this one, and then you got A button, A, B, X is over here instead, X, Y, and then you got left shoulder, right shoulder, trigger button, which is this one, trigger, left trigger, right trigger, and then the left thumb, which is this one, right thumb, right here, press down, left analog up. I'm going to use this as a left analog. It's supposed to be, this one's supposed to be first, but I prefer this one instead of this. So I'm going to go up, down, left, right, and then right analog's this one. So up, down, left, right. Then the hotkey would be the middle button here, hotkey. So this one is a great controller. Not a lot of people make the controller to the arcade cabinet. It's only handheld, and I've been trying to convince one of the Asian guy from Taiwan to create one for me, and he say, well, that's not arcade. Arcade is supposed to be arcade stick. Well, since if we're playing more modern game and you need a controller like this, it would be nice to have a controller like that, you know. But apparently nobody's doing that at this moment. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the setting, and we're going to set up another controller. Then after that, we're gonna test to see if the spinner, everything here work on this Atgames. All right, let me put the Raspberry Pi back on top so it won't be on my way. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the setting. Oh, forgot I need to use the handheld controller because my Atgames is not working yet. It's gonna go to option. There you go, option. I'm gonna press A to enter, and we're gonna go to the control. Nothing here. Press B, get out. Emulator. Start something. Nope. Raspberry Pi tool. Here you go, Bluetooth. Right there. So we're gonna choose the Bluetooth option. Press A. And hopefully that we could. Okay, problem I'm having is I do not know which one to select because I don't know, it doesn't have the HA something like the last time the video I saw from YouTube. It doesn't have that for the newer version. So I guess I could use, let's try the P2 because when I tried P1 it didn't work. So I'm gonna choose the very first one. You say choose the first one. If it doesn't work, then second if that fail. So I still get an error connecting to the Bluetooth device, so it doesn't work on this version. So we move Bluetooth. I don't have anything appearing, so let's search again. And the light is still blue. The light is still blue on this thing, but apparently this thing is not. Sorry, I mean the light is on. So it is searching, but it's not blinking like it was when I first tried it. It's solid blue. So, and it did find the controller again. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's turn off the Bluetooth and then we're gonna do search and see if we have the same thing or not. If we don't have it, then we know the new one that pop up, it will be the correct one. So we're gonna do cancel. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the Bluetooth by holding player 2. And that actually turned it off. So if you was to look at the back, I press F2, now if the Bluetooth is not on. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and search and see what it found. Then we could compare it to see what something new came in. So I'm gonna press A, and that's one way to find out because I had no idea what is the MAC address for the Atgames controller, and it doesn't show. It doesn't show the stuff that they claim that, because this is the newer version and this Legends Ultimate is okay. It still show control deck 1 and 2, so for sure those are not it. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them, but the other one doesn't apparently show up. So apparently the Bluetooth is not showing up in this setup at all. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Atgames. We're gonna switch it back here and see what we are maybe doing wrong. Okay, so we're gonna click B. Okay, we're gonna do, instead of wireless control DAC mode, we're gonna do the wireless pairing instead. Okay, so we're gonna press A. All right, so the keyboard is K380, so we're looking at 34 CD. So we're going to try to connect. And then we're going to switch it over. So we're going to press A on here. Let's see if we could find the 34 on this machine. Okay, so we have more, seems like we have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there's 12 there. But I don't see a 34 anywhere. I don't see a 34. Okay, so let's go back to Atgames. And if I, some reason, if I a keyboard that is 380, which I don't have any keyboard around, and then if I VNet. Okay. Which is kind of crazy. I don't have anything that is Bluetooth. So those two are Bluetooth. Let's click refresh. See if we can find any more new stuff coming in. So I have a wireless keyboard, which I have no clue. I don't believe I have any wireless keyboard. But this one is 34 CD, and this one is E7. Now we have seen E7, but that is, I don't think E7 is part of this. Okay, I think maybe it's my son's computer upstairs. Okay, so this is not working. So we're gonna press B to get out. All right, autoplay link. Servers locate, basis setting. So this is, I mean, it have Raspberry Pi on it. So I assume it have to be using Raspberry Pi. You know. And he say, right here, the instruction is saying 1, press B2, P2, press it and hold till the light up. So we're letting the light up. Then we press the number 3. Okay, it blinked a little bit, so let's switch back. And this one have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're gonna click cancel. We're gonna do okay again. So I just don't find the HA8000 that everybody's talking about for this new version. Apparently it's not seeing it. Okay, it found something upstairs, the one, but it's control 1, control 2, that was already there before the Raspberry Pi was here. And there is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I'm gonna do a screen capture and see what is new showing up, what's not showing up. Okay, so now we're using the OTG mode, which is, it tells me that I need to connect to the HDMI power the device, which I did, which is connect to Raspberry Pi right there. And then this one is connected to the Raspberry Pi. They want you to use the far left side one. Don't use this one, but use this one, okay? And it's supposed to automatically connect, and then you could use the controller. So let's go ahead and move it to the Raspberry Pi, okay? And we're gonna cancel this because we are not the Bluetooth apparently do not work here no more. Okay, so we're going to cancel that, and we're going to get out here by pressing B. Pressing B, get out option. So I'm going to press the start button, start right here. If you press the start button, it will give you this option to configure the input. So we're going to scroll down to configure the input, press A, press yes, and now we're going to press the button here. So let's look at the machine. So we're going to press the button A here and see if it recognizes it, okay? Yes, it recognized the Atgames. So the cable will work, but the Bluetooth apparently do not work no more for some reason. So I'm going to do up. So I'm going to configure this. So let's bring it back a little bit so you can see the configuration. So I'm going to do up, down, left, right, star, which is the I'm going to use those two. No, because that's the rewind. The problem is I have to use that for player one. All right, star, select A, B, X, which is this side. The X will be here, but he's on this side. Okay, X, Y, left shoulder with a Z, right shoulder, and we don't have no trigger button, so we're just gonna hold any button and let it. Now do not define, not define, not defined, and we're just gonna like pretty much skip the one that we don't have the extra button for. Okay, and then the hotkey, we're just going to use the rewind button to select. All right, so we're going to do A. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to see if I could configure this one. So we're going to press A to configure, say yes, and I'm going to press the A button on this other controller over here. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of neutralize so we could see both. Okay, so I'm going to press A here. Good, it recognized it. So up, down, left, right. Now the start button, I'm going to have to use the P2 for start button. Okay, so I'm going to use start button. Select, I'm going to use the home button for this one. But the home button does not work over here. I guess the home button is part of this, so I can't use the home button. So that is not good. There's no select button here. Can I use the rewind button? Nope. P1? Nope. So there's no select button. Okay, so I'm gonna use the C button as a select for right now because I don't have a select button. All right. Select button. So I'm going to do A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, and I don't have a right shoulder because I use the C for that purpose. So I'm going to skip that one. Yeah, I'm just going to skip it. So I lost one button. It's not too bad as long as you're not playing the Street Fighter with the 6-button game, then you should be okay. So let's see if we could get 2-player to work. Okay, hotkey is going to be the C button because I don't have select, and do okay. All right, so let's go ahead and press B. All right, we're going to try to now test the game. Okay, we are going to try to see if we could get templates, the spinner and trackball to work. So we're gonna go to arcade. Now this game here is 2,788. Okay, that's a lot of arcade game. But I have seen somebody put down more than that. So I'm gonna press select. I'm gonna go to T. I'm gonna go to other direction. And we're going to test the spinner and trackball because I have not seen anybody test that. And then we're going to test the 2-player, see if we could actually play 2-player, like bonk and all that stuff. All right, we're going to look for tempers. I want to see if my spinner and trackball work here because nobody did a video on it. I don't know why. Unless I searched for it and I couldn't find it. All right, TE, did I pass tempers? Yep, sure did. Terminator. Oh, pass it. Alright, so here's Tempest. Let's try out. Let's see if the spinner will actually work here. Okay, so we're going to bring it down a little bit so you could see my spinner. And we're gonna see if we could get the spinner working. See if we can move this further back more. So we get the game and the spinner in here. So far so good. Alright, so we're gonna press insert coin, credit. Insert coin did not work at all. Oh, guess the B. Okay, insert coin is on C for some reason. Oh, you know what? It's thinking it's configured as the same as this side. So my star, okay, it's configured the opposite. That's weird. Alright, will the spinner work? Kind of trying to work. Oh man, working very slow. I don't know which one is my button. It just died. Alright, second player. Okay, the second player spinner does not work. None of the button work. None of the button shooting work. That is not good. That is ridiculous. Maybe that's why nobody tested. Nobody showed. Okay, I'm gonna get out pressing player 1 and select at the same time. Okay, I can't get out the game. Alright, so let's see if we could do it from the main. Look like it acted like the whole stupid doggone thing is just all messed up. And I can't get out the game. So it doesn't recognize what combination I push. It's like 40 credit and I can't get out the game. Just start again. But the spinner is very, very slow and the button do not work. Alright, so I'm going to reboot the Raspberry Pi and we are going to reconfigure the button again and see what happened. Okay, I rebooted and this time I did not plug in the Xbox. I went and unplugged the Xbox. So it doesn't recognize any joystick at this moment. So I'm gonna press A button on here, and it doesn't recognize it. So let's switch it back to Atgames. Let's see if anything got lost. Yeah, it got lost. So you will have to pick that one again. Press A. Once it's active, okay, it say USB connected. You can now use it. So we're gonna switch it back to Raspberry Pi now, and we're gonna reconfigure the joystick. Alright, so it recognized the old setup, but I don't want the old setup. I want to reconfigure it. Yes. Alright, detect 2 gamepad. So let's press A. Gonna go up, down. Remove the Raspberry Pi again. I did put it on top, but I didn't want it to run everywhere, so I decided to bring it back down. That should be okay now. Left, right, start button. Alright, I'm gonna press P1 for start button. Select, I'm gonna select home. Good, it took it. A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder. There's no trigger button. Oh, what happened? It went up to the top. Oh shoot. Okay, A button, B button, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder. And here I don't know if they are connected. That's the problem. I don't know if they are connected because apparently. Let's try to see if this is connected. We're gonna do the left trigger. Nope. Right trigger. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna leave those alone. Okay, left thumb. Right thumb. Left analog. Up. No, it doesn't work. Okay, down. So that did not work. So let's just forget about that. Up. Nope. So we'll skip that. Skip that. So hotkey, still gonna press the home button. So let's go back up and make sure all the button is set correctly. So the left shoulder, right shoulder is the last two that we configure. Okay. So now we're just going to get out and press B to get out. Okay. Alright, let's go back to arcade and let's see if we could go back to, let's try Centipede. So I'm gonna press the one button. Okay, so we're gonna jump to Centipede. We're gonna do C. Alright, let me zoom this so you can see the screen. Alright, so I'm going to try to go to Centipede. Let's go to C. And see if a Centipede works better than Trackball. Alright, let's try Centipede. Let's see if a trackball will work, because the trackball is down here at the bottom. So I did not configure this side because some reason whatever I configure here, it affects this side. So I'm not touching this side, I'm just going to do this side. So we don't have rewind button, we're just using select here, start one here. Alright, so we're going to press select, start. And the trackball do not work. Spinner do not work. Only joystick will work. Okay, so Centipede do not work on this machine. Alright, so Centipede do not work. Let's try on this side. This side do not work. Trackball do not work. Spinner do not work. So forget about this. This thing is not working. Now, since I did not configure this side, I could get out of the game now. Alright, let's go to Tempest again. I'm gonna press the select button, and let's go to T. Press A. Okay, so we're gonna go to TEP, Tempest again, and try it out again. So my opinion, to if the spinner does not work on the this is not worth buying it. You just go buy a monitor, you know, because we were hoping that this controller will work. Alright, so I'm gonna press select button, insert coin, 4 credit now, press start. Alright, spinner is working, kinda slow, but it's working. Alright, press A. Alright, okay, where's my shooting button? Okay, I got the Y. Okay, the Y button is the shooting, and man, that thing moved like crazy slow. Is there a way we could reset this? Alright, I'm going to the Raspberry Pi by pressing X and select button. I wonder if I could speed up the speed, because it's just way ridiculous slow. Mouse is on. Display main menu, no. Input. Let's try that, see what happens. Alright, press B. Yeah, spinner still move like a grandma. Even when I do a fast spinning, it move like a grandma. I'm serious. Yeah, I can't get it to work. The spinner is ridiculous slow. All right, let's get out of this game. So what else we could try? So sad to say is that let's try and see if we can find metal piece. Nope. Nope, metal piece, the trackball do not work either. So you have to use the controller. Alright, so my test result is the Bluetooth do not work because you can't see it. And the spinner do not work. And the trackball do not work on Legends Ultimate. So yep, Legends Ultimate, they mention bring your own. Yes, the only thing you could only thing will work is your joystick, one player. The second player will not work because it won't let you configure it. And you have to configure the selects home. So I don't know what to tell you. So let's try to play 2-player game and see what happens. Let's do the Ninja Turtle, Teenage Ninja Turtle. And well, one thing about Ninja Turtle is you have to make sure you select the game that actually have 2 players. So let's don't do that. Let's try Final Fight then. Because Final Fight we know we could play 2 players at the same time. Alright, try Final Fight. Now, it probably will not work because we did not configure the second player, but it does recognize as an act game, so maybe both player controller might work. Let's see what happens. Alright, we got 2 player. It came out. Alright, let's see if a second player works. Yeah? How about this one? Yeah, so 2 player does work. It just you can't use the spinner and trackball. So you just have to configure one controller And that's it. So yeah, I'm pressing both buttons at the same time, and I'm using two joysticks. So yeah, 2-player does work in the act game, so that's cool. So you don't have to configure 2 controllers, just configure one controller. All right, so let's get out of here. Press home and select. So 2-player does work on arcade. Let's see if it worked for the. Yeah, let's try Dreamcast. Let's see if there any kind of video slowdown. I mean, it is running directly from Pi, so it shouldn't have any kind of issue with it. Let's play King of Fighter. Let's see if we can fight each other. Because the Dreamcast, their controller is a little bit tricky. You have to configure it. So don't know it's gonna work with the Atgames. So it's a good one to test. So like I say again, this is a Supreme Ultra that I'm using. It just came with a 9 GB. You have to put your own ROM in it. There's no image or anything, so you have to transfer your image, your box art, your video, snap, the wheel and everything over in order for this to work. So we're gonna insert the coin. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, Dreamcast will not work with arcade. Oh, something have happened. No, it didn't happen. It's just a demo. Yeah, it's just a demo. It's just a demo. I'm not playing it. It's just a demo. It doesn't work because Dreamcast have a special control setup, and you cannot just plug in any controller. Apparently it is not supported by Raspberry Pi in this case. Alright, let's see if we could get out of the game. I don't think we could get out of the game. It's stuck here now. Yeah, I can't get out of the game because the button is configured a different way. You have to run a button configuration, so Dreamcast will not work on that game. Alright. Okay, so the Final Fight Arcade does work with it. Okay, so when we turn it off and turn it back on, you lose your connection here. So you need to go back to here. And sad to say, I was hoping the Bluetooth will work because the wireless control DAC did not work on this firmware 5.61. So you have to turn this on. Once you turn this on, you can move. You can do anything. And this one did not work either. This one is only bringing your own controller to Atgames. Okay. This one is supposed to be for the Raspberry Pi, but it did not work. No, this is wireless pairing. This is Arcade Play Link, so you can play with Atgames. Don't know. It is very confusing. Alright, so it said USB is connected to the far left. Now you can switch it back to Raspberry Pi. Let's try to do some home game. Okay, see, he lost his connection again, which is pain in the neck. That is not good. Okay, so it recognized it, connect back on, cool. All right, so now we're going to try, let's try Turbo 16, my favorite console. I don't think Nintendo DS will work either. I have a feeling Nintendo DS will not work because it have special configuration as well. Same like the other one. So yeah, I don't think it will work. All right, let's try Bunk 3 with 2-player. Let's see what happened. Yeah, the Dreamcast will not work because it uses a special configuration. You have to run the command for it to recognize it, reconfigure it, and same thing with the Nintendo DS. But we are going to test Nintendo DS, see what happens. See if it will work straight from the box or not. All right, there's the game. Let's press star, 2-player. We're going to select 2-player. All right, let's see if we have 2-player or not. There's 2 bunk. First one, yeah, I mean the second one, and then first one. Okay, jump, jump, head bump, good, and that's all you use, just 2 buttons. So it worked. So 2-player does work on Atgames. It's just that you cannot configure the second controller, and we could get out. So let's get out of the game again. All right, let's try Nintendo DS. I have a feeling Nintendo DS would not work. So let's try anyway. All right, let's go try. I don't know. I don't have any game that's played 2-player on this one. I guess it doesn't matter. We're just trying to get see if it even work with the controller. Alright, I'm gonna select what is it? Let's choose Mario. Alright, choose Mario Kart. I have a feeling it will not work because Nintendo DS, you have to configure, and this one have a special type of joystick, so I don't know, it uses its own software, so that's why the spinner work very bad, very slow, and the trackball do not work. So alright, single player, multiplayer, press A, B. Oh, it does work. Okay. I'm pressing the B button for it to start. Oh man. Oh man, blocking my view again. What just happened? Oh shit. So I'm in first place. Yes, I won. Alright, so it have its good, I guess have good and bad. Let me see if I can save it. Alright, let's quit the game. I'm not sure what's the button for the quit game. I want to quit. I don't know what's the quit option, so I have to probably set it up because I just put the WOM in here. I haven't set up my controller, so I don't know what is the to get out of the game. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you have anything you want me to test, let me know. Alright, later man.